station.
A better sensation company.
The new 1230.
We have Gabriel, Destiny, Jalen, and David. And we also have a special guest who is an author who wrote The Underdog with the Underbite. His name is Chris Walters. So it's a long show, and we have another guest that's coming, a special guest later on.
Yes, we do, and we are super duper excited. Who decided to have all these kids on here? I'm just thinking.
Fatima.
I like kids or something. But we do. We have an awesome show today, and we are super excited, y'all, to see these kids, these kids in here. And unfortunately, my baby Tristan was supposed to be here, and he couldn't be here. But hey, Tristan, Mama love you. But we leave him alone. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, Chris, tell us a little about your book, Underdog with the Underbite. What is that about?
1 second first. We didn't say the title of our show. Yeah.
Church with a Rock.
No, the topic of the show
topic.
today. Yes, the topic.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
like that,
yes.
Fatima. Anyway, the topic is against all odds.
Oh.
And
I guess we need to say that before we start talking about
yes,
it.
of course.
Okay, cool.
Oh Lord, here we go already. So go ahead, Chris, and tell us a little bit about your book.
Against All Odds. That's actually a great title, which goes into what my book is about. The Underdog with the Underbite. It's a story of an underdog who overcomes against all odds. It's based on a true story of a dog that my wife and I had several years ago, who came into this world with many health challenges. She was the runt of the litter, the smallest of the 10, and she was not strong enough, not big enough, not aggressive enough to be able to fight off the other 9 puppies to get to her source of food. So she was literally about to die. And my wife and I stepped in and said, you know what, we're going to give her a shot at life. So we went to the store, got some puppy formula, and fed her through a syringe, drip by drip, daily, until she gradually started getting a little bit stronger, and then she was a normal puppy after a while. So, she brought a lot of energy and joy to our lives. And so when I reflected on her life, she passed away a couple of years ago. So as I reflected on her life and saw what she was able to overcome, I thought it would be an interesting story to uplift and encourage others, because, we all face challenges in life. Kids are told you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough. And if you have the spirit of an underdog who will overcome whatever, that's what the story is about. And it's, told through the eyes of a little puppy. And we can all learn something through children and through animals and what have you. So that's what the book is about.
Right, and who would have thought a little puppy inspired an entire book? Aww.
But the book is
My voice still making the puppy sound.
You see how Mommy said that's so nice and quiet. But anyway, we have our kids over here that rock, and I read the book to them today, and they loved it. And one thing, guys, do you have any questions about the book that you want to bring to Mr. Walters about the book that he wrote?
No, you have a question. You look like
Yes, she's looking. Don't be shy. Don't be
Say your
shy.
name. Tell us your name. Tell us how old you are, and then ask your question.
I'm Destiny Clayton. I'm Destiny Clayton. I'm 9 years old, and my question is, how old was the puppy whenever it died?
Oh, you just want to get to the end, jump right So the Spud was the name of the dog. So she lived about 6 years. She had some health problems later on in life, which she fought through that as well. But yeah, so she lived to about 5 years. But when we reflect back on her, we don't so much think about the end. We think about how she lived her life, and we have 2 other dogs as well, and they're featured in the book as well. But we just reflect on her life. She brought a lot of joy to our home. She was the one who was always playing with the others and she just had a joyful spirit about her. So, reflect on her life.
Well, I had a dog,
Mm-hmm.
and he died.
Really?
Yes, his name was Tiny.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was he tiny?
Yes, he was tiny. He was a dachshund, and he lived a long life. I know people my family is talking about me already because he passed away. He lived a long life. He was 17 and
Wow.
And when he passed away, it was sad, and I had to take him I refused to put him out on the curb, but to pick him up, I said, no, I'm taking him to the SPCA and let them do it because he was like family to me.
Of course.
So he was so small and little that he had issues too. He couldn't hang with the big dogs. He was a house dog. He couldn't go outside and stay out there because somebody would steal him.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is with the topic against all odds. I know that we all have been through something, and that's in life in general. So I'm gonna kick it to Fatima, and then we're gonna kick it to one of the kids. And I want to ask you, what did you go through in your life that just had you down, and you thought that you couldn't make it, but you knew you had somebody on your side, which was God? Yeah, we're gonna talk to the kids, but I need to get you in there.
Okay, well, of course, I've had a few obstacles in my life that have really made me say, wow, I really wasn't expecting this, Christina. Really had me down, but I knew that.
Oh, it's a better view. See?
Oh, okay, a good one. Right after I finished with cosmetology school, and I was like, okay, I need something. I wanted to study cosmetology, but at the same time, I was like, I got pregnant with Tristan, and I was having all kind of issues and this and that, and it was to the point where people make appointments with me, and I'm like, oh no, I can't make it because I'm hurting and this and that. And I was like, God, I want to do this so bad, but at the same time, I cannot stand on my feet. It's hurting me, and I was getting encouragement from people saying, you can do it and this and that. But I felt so defeated because I'm like, this is what I want to do more than anything in life. But at the same time, I felt like, what am I going to do? So finally, a little bit at a time, I said, okay, well, you know what? Just come to my house. And we'll do it at my house. I would sit, while I did hair or whatever, and I know it's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, doing something that you really, really love, and even in spite of that, really, really allows you to say, okay, God is never going to leave me or fail me because I'm still able to do what I want to do, but at the same time, I have to overcome this obstacle. And a child is not an obstacle, but the physical things that they put you through when you're carrying them, and that's exactly what I was going through. And even though it was for 9 months, those were crucial 9 months, because that was right after I got out of school, and it was like, okay, now it's time to build clientele and this and that. And not a lot of people know I even did hair for a while. So now you know. If you don't know, now you know. So, don't you talk to me? You should have kicked it to me. Now we're going to kick it over to Jalen with his handsome self. How old are you, Jalen? 13? I know you have something to say about this book.
Well, what odds have been against you that people thought you couldn't do a certain thing? What has people say you can't do that because you're too young? You can't do this because you can't make it. Beat them in the video. Beat them in a video game. Okay, but and has there been anything else? How about playing sports? Did anybody say you couldn't do anything in sports? No. Okay. So what kind of sports you play?
Basketball, football.
What? All right.
Basketball, football, and soccer.
All right.
You know how to play soccer? Get out of here. Okay.
David plays soccer. So David, what have you? What kind of odds have been against you?
Doing a backflip.
Doing a backflip.
That's an obstacle for me. I don't know about y'all. Still haven't mastered that one.
Oh, when you do that, I want to take pictures.
Girl, leave me alone. So David, were you able to master that backflip, or are you still working on it?
Yeah, I'm really not working on
You really not working on it? Really? You kind of. Oh, definitely don't want you to crack your neck. Amen. Can you tell my kids that don't crack your neck? So
And the Abrion.
Deabrion, how old are you, Deabrion?
I'm 11.
11. Well, I like that voice, girl. Tell us what you've had to overcome.
She can sing. What one thing that you have been through that you have overcame? That people thought you couldn't do it.
I can't really think of anything right now.
Nothing? How about singing? Did when you were in church, did everybody know that you could sing at one time?
No.
Okay, but when you started singing, what did everybody do?
They were
Surprised. They were surprised. Yeah, they were singing. All right, David. That's what they were saying in church. Sing, girl. That's right, David. And Destiny, what is one thing that you have really, that people say you can't do it, but you have done it?
I couldn't beat anyone at Mancala, but then I couldn't beat anyone at Mancala, but then
At first semester says he couldn't breathe.
Beating your brother?
6 times.
Okay, David. So I went to, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to Mr. Walters. What thing that has had you against the wall that people just said, no, he cannot do this, but you made it through?
There are obviously, many things. I'm older than these kids, so I've been through more stuff. I would say most recently, my mother passed away recently. My mother passed away about a month ago. And if you were to tell me that this person who has, been everything to me, has encouraged me through so many difficult times in life, that I could lose her and still manage to go on, I would have, couldn't have imagined.
That's good.
But she was such an encouraging, uplifting person all the time. So, I just as I mentioned about Spud, I don't think about the end. I think about her life and how much she meant to us. So that that's an ongoing challenge that we're still dealing, because it's relatively new. So yeah, that's something that we're overcoming daily.
Wow, that's really, really good. And also, I recently was placed, I don't want to say placed into a situation, but a situation recently occurred in my life that my mom's best friend, a lady that my mom, hey mama, how you doing? Hey, leave me alone, girl. And so my mom's best friend, she lost contact with her a long time ago. And so she asked me, she said, Fatima, can you find her, find out where she is? And I was like, okay, mama. So of course, what's the first thing we go to? Social media, Facebook, Instagram. So I found her children, her boys, And after finding her boys, and this was 2 years ago, that I inboxed one of the boys' wife. And so she finally contacted me this morning, a couple of days ago. And she told me that unfortunately she passed. So we were so sad to hear that. But also, there were so many things that they did not know, because she passed a long time ago. And she did not, and so I guess this is not about me, but this is about them, that when their mom died at 14 and they were with, a stepdad and things like that, they had to overcome that obstacle because they didn't know, okay, what do we do with our mama? We don't know, this is our stepdad, but don't nobody love you like mama. So that was really an obstacle that they had to get past, and they're at the point now in their lives where they're looking for answers, and they're coming to me, and I'm like, I can barely answer my questions. But right now I'm really working hard to try to find information for them. So that's really an obstacle, but I'm gonna overcome it though. I'm not gonna stop with these flips. I want you to start back doing them back flips. Well, safely.
So this kid's corner, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to them for a second. And I need you to talk and not be shy, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go one by one. I'm gonna start with David since he said okay.
Okay.
He's been a talkative one here today. So David, who is God to you in your life?
Okay. All right. Say that, David.
Reverend David.
And I'm gonna go ahead and go to Jalen. Who is God to you in your life?
God helps me and watches over me.
Very
Protect me.
good. All right, so we know y'all be paying attention in church, right? And we're gonna go ahead and go to Miss Destiny, our quiet one.
God is my salvation.
Oh, yes.
All right. Wait a minute, did she say salvation? She said salvation.
Salvation.
We're gonna go ahead and turn it to the Abrion. Who is God to you in your life?
God is the maker of all things.
All right. You said that. So they know more than a lot of us
Why
know.
you didn't kick it to me?
But you're not a child.
Oh, well, earlier I said don't kick it to me, you kicked it to me, so I'm just saying. God is everything to me. I'm going to say my own. How about that?
Well, we're going there. You want me to go and say mine?
Go ahead then,
God
child.
is my Alpha, my Omega, the beginning and the
Girl.
end. He is all
You were
things
supposed to say
me.
one. You were supposed to say one. Go
No,
on.
but hey, you went there. I'm gonna be a child today too. It's
Well,
kids,
go on
right?
then. Go on, Chrissy.
Simply God is.
There,
Wait a minute. And you saw Crystal Hills in there too.
whoa.
Amber, you want to give us one too? Amber can't stop
Wow.
Wow.
But people think that kids can't express themselves about God, and that's one thing that why we created Kids That Rock, because we wanted older people to know and young people to know that it's okay to love God. It's okay to share your wisdom about who you think God is to you, and we know that we couldn't be anything without God.
Amen.
And that's why Church Women Rock.
I agree. I really, really agree. This was a good idea I came up with. I'm just saying. I like this idea. So we know what God is to you guys, but just tell us something that we don't know about you. Just tell us a fun fact about you. Like a fun fact about me is that I'm able to get along with Christina every single week. Wow. Isn't that exciting?
Whoa. So we're going to go ahead and keep it to David, and I'll come back to me at the end. David, can you answer the question that Ms. Fatima just asked? Something fun that
nobody knows about you.
What you love to do.
Play, watch TV, and go to church.
All right.
There you go. True
Can you
church
say it one
in
more
there.
time? A little louder?
Play, watch TV, and go to church.
You better say that, David. I
In that order.
And how about you, Jay?
I like to play football and basketball, Xbox, and watch TV a lot.
What? A lot. Okay.
A lot.
Very good.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Destiny.
I like putting on makeup and designing my own.
All right,
Oh,
girl.
well, now that is awesome. Can you design something for me? Can you design us some new shirts? We need some new shirts. Can you do that for me?
Charges that $50 a piece.
Girl, she gonna charge you $50 too. Maybe it's my 50. That's fine, girl. You worked it. You can't put no value on your work. Okay, what about?
And Miss Abrion.
I like singing and doing gymnastics.
And she can blow.
Can she?
Yeah.
Well, come on, sing then, girl. Sing something for me. I love to get folks up here and have them sing.
No. What's
You can sing the song you sung this morning.
Oh yeah, girl, come on, sing for us. Sing.
Okay, I'll sing only the first part.
Okay, well, come on, do it.
Coming live from Church Women Rock, we have Abrion singing Love.
Come on, girl.
Can I take a moment of your time to tell you about something that's on my mind? And even though I'm young and go through things, I still
Wow.
have hopes and I have dreams. Living in this world ain't easy. Every day the devil's testing me. I gotta do what it takes. No mistakes, stay on the path that God has given me.
All right.
Whoa. Strong.
11.
Y'all better watch out for this one right here.
Right.
Yes.
So you see that kids know God. They love God. They love to sing about God. And you know what? We didn't even tell you guys to check us out on KCOHradio.com, and you can check us out on live stream. Now you can see us on TV. I know you see me with my new do. I'm rocking today. I'm in my natural state. And
I am not. You see me with my long and luscious, I'm just saying.
And also you can check us out on www.churchwomenrock.org and our Facebook page, Church Women Rock. And you can call us at 713-526-1230. Not for Tima, not 1230. So we're going to go ahead and lead out with Smokey Norfolk with Dear God.
Feels so good to make it this far, and I didn't think I could take it so long. There were days